drink. I got a pink drink with chocolate cold foam. It tastes like a chocolate dipped strawberry. I don't know why it took me so long to say that. So when it comes to the pink drink, it's like a race to drink this because once the drink kind of separates, it doesn't taste as good. Should I mix it? This is good enough, right? Anyway, so in today's video, I want to talk about how you can be the new version of you this season. I know I did a lot of work and a lot of healing, so I wanted to share what you guys can do if you guys want to better yourself. It's nothing crazy. So definitely the first things first is get clear with your goals. Like, what is it that you want to change? What is it you want to do? What are you willing to sacrifice to get to where you are? Yeah, I think a lot of people, myself included, we forget that if you want to change, you're gonna have to do different things, because everything you've done up until now has led you to where you are. And if you don't like where you are, or if you don't like where you are, then you're obviously gonna have to change it up, right? Because whatever you're doing right now is not working for you. So definitely get clear what you want and how you're gonna get there and how bad you want it. Because I know some people, like myself included, everything is myself included, they want to change, but they're not willing to sacrifice their comfort or their current circumstances to get to the next level. Yeah, and the next thing is, in order to do the first step, you're gonna have to create discipline. I know, but you're gonna have to. If you want to lose weight, you're gonna have to go to the gym, right? You're gonna have to create a routine, right? If you're in school and you want to get good grades, you're gonna have to study, right? Like, everything you want requires steps to get there, and you're gonna have to really discipline yourself to get to where you want. And I know a lot of people get motivated, but motivation honestly does not last long. It's probably lasts a few days, and then after that is where the discipline comes in. You're gonna have to do the things you don't want to do. I really don't want to go to the gym. I love the gym, love hate, but I would love to lay in bed all day if I could. I mean, who doesn't, right? But life is not that easy, and it doesn't work that way, unfortunately. So you're gonna have to create a routine. I create a routine, so I go to the gym 3 times a week, and I do cardio on my rest days. So that's what I do to discipline myself. You're doing the things you don't want to invest in your future. Okay, next, no more excuses. This all correlates with each other. No more excuses. No more why you can't do something. No more using your circumstances to say why you can't do things. Unless you really can, right? Okay, we all have our own circumstances, but you know what I mean. So no more oh, it's too expensive to eat healthy, or I get tired of eating the same thing over and over again. You need to sacrifice certain things to get to where you want, right? So obviously, for example, losing weight is the best example, because I love going to the gym and stuff. So if I want to lose weight, I'm gonna have to eat right. You cannot out-train a shitty diet. Okay, that's the truth. Maybe some people can, okay, but generally, right? So I'm gonna have to meal prep. I'm gonna have to eat right. I don't have to do what works for you, right? Some people, they go crazy and they track their calories. I don't do that. I just eat relatively clean. That's how I do it. You don't have to do it how other people do it. Just find your own way of doing what it takes to get to where you want. There's no rules on how you want to get there. You can, however you want to do it, as long as you're doing it for yourself to get to where you want. Yeah. There's a strawberry stuck here. Yeah. The next thing is getting over your fears. I know it sounds really counterintuitive, but sometimes the things you want is going to be out of your comfort zone. And scientifically, your brain wants to keep you alive, wants to keep you safe. So even if it's good for you, like, it's different. So your brain is gonna be like, whoa, 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 danger, danger, right? You're gonna have to push past that. You're gonna really have to get over your fears. Like, seriously, what is stopping you? What is stopping you from doing what you want, you know? So at the end of the day, it's like your life to live. So how do you want to live this life? If you are too scared to do something, then you're just going to be living the same life every day for the rest of your life. And if you want that, that's cool. But that's the whole point of this video, right? I'm assuming you guys are watching this because you guys want to better yourself. I truly understand what it means. If you want something bad enough, you will do what it takes to get there, okay? Because I have tried like many different business ventures to kind of create like passive income, but nothing ever felt right, nothing ever really stuck. But then I started doing content and I really like doing it, and now this is probably the longest I've stuck to something. Whew. Go me, right? But yeah, so it was definitely scary putting myself out there, but honestly I don't regret it at all, because how will you know until you try? I think a good way to kind of get you on track is to eat better and exercise. I'm not telling you to work out, but I'm just saying, you know, you go on walks, eat better, because you really are like what you eat. Like, if you don't eat healthy, like if you always eat fast food, you're not gonna feel great. You're gonna feel like shit. You're gonna probably have brain fog, stuff like that. So I mean, your definition of eating whatever you want that is clean or healthy, just, you know, make better choices. Maybe have less sugar, drink more water, whatever you think is best for you. I definitely find that when I eat healthier and I exercise and I meditate and I stretch, I feel a lot better than when I like don't care and I eat whatever I want. I feel so sluggish, I just don't feel good, my stomach hates me. So do what works for you, but definitely I would recommend you know, just eating better and just, you know, move your body, so, you know, release those endorphins so you feel it. The next thing you can do is to start being mindful. I know this part might be like controversial, not controversial, but like some people just don't want to do it. But personally, I think meditating, meditating, journaling, I know it sounds cliche, but this shit works, okay? Because I refuse to do it for the longest time. I don't really journal. I pretty much, because I get tired writing. So I write it on my phone when I feel sad, when I feel angry, whatever. I write on my notes or type it on Notion. Like, I write on my computer. I actually have a rolling Word document of like when I feel upset or whatever, and I write it in like a journal entry. Because like when you're overthinking, right, you write it out, it kind of just goes, you process it and it kind of just like you free yourself from that thought. So yeah, meditating definitely helps. You become more self-aware, you become more in tune with yourself. I know a lot of people are like, I don't know how to meditate. Nothing you can't learn, okay? I think it's very beneficial. Definitely practice gratitude. I know we tend to focus on what we don't have, but we forget how far we've come. We forgot where we were. Like, probably right now for me, obviously we all want more, right? But I forget that like what I have, like this apartment, my job, like everything I have now is what I always wanted when I was like 18, 21. So let's not forget like how far we've come, and just like practice gratitude and appreciate what we have. Because there's also a saying where it's like, I wish you knew, like people wish they knew they were in the good old times before it became the good old times. So you never know when, you know, things will change and you might miss how things used to be, even if, you know, things change for the better. So definitely be present and appreciate everything you have right now. Be mindful. This next one is also my biggest issue. It's being patient. Because I literally don't have any of that. I don't have no fucking patience. I can be patient like waiting in line. I can be patient in so many areas, but myself, I don't know why, I just cannot be patient with myself. So definitely when you're working on yourself and you want to become a better, like a brand new person, it definitely takes time. We all want instant results, like instant gratification, but we need to get used to delayed gratification. I know it really sucks, but you cannot fight against it. Because when I was in therapy and I was sad, whatever, I was like, oh man, like I really want to get better like ASAP. And then my friend was like, oh, you know, it took me like a couple years to get out of my slump. And I was like, a couple years? I don't got that time. You know, it really does take that. It took me like about a couple years, like 2 years, give or take. So it definitely does take time. And I know it's hard to see right now, but periods of stagnation is sometimes necessary to prepare you for what's next. So definitely learn patience and be gentle with yourself. Be so very gentle with yourself. I know we are literally our own worst enemy, so don't be so critical of yourself, and just tell yourself that you are doing great, because you are. You know, the fact that you want to become a better version of you is already a step forward. So, you know, don't sell yourself short of how far you've come. The next one, I really like this one. It's when you start to want to become a better version of yourself, it will definitely rub people the wrong way. So you're gonna definitely have to understand that you should be proud of who you are and that you get to write your own narrative. I know a lot of people, like, I know when I started getting better and I started doing more for myself, I started to see some of friendships differently, and you obviously outgrow some of them, because sometimes some of your friendships, you're just friends because you're like trauma bonding, or like you both don't like somebody. But once you kind of get better and you change yourself, that connection, that common factor you have with the other person kind of disappears. You don't really have much to talk about anymore. So that will probably happen. They might feel some type of way that you're doing better, even if it's not intentional, because then when you're bettering yourself, it just shows to everyone else that they're not doing what they can to better themselves, and it really rubs people the wrong way. So definitely you're gonna disappoint people, but just don't give into it. You know, if you let other people, if you care so much about what other people think about you, then it's really not your life to live. Don't do things because other people, don't not do things. Oh my God, I can't. I'm like busting my mind trying to formulate these sentences. Don't not do these things because other people don't want you to, okay? Yeah, definitely be proud of who you are. Write your own narrative. I cannot emphasize this enough. This is your life to live and nobody else's. So don't, I know it's really hard to not care about what people say, but like seriously, like think about it. Why do you care what people say? If you do, you know, why do you care so much about their opinion, how you are perceived? So if you really struggle with that, I definitely think it's good to kind of dive deep into why you feel that way, but I'm not gonna do that in this video because that's not this kind of video. But yeah, so I think the last point I have is definitely, I had to learn this to get comfortable with being uncomfortable. I know we all want to stay in our little bubble and like not be uncomfortable, because nobody likes to be uncomfortable, but once you start, it's not that bad. I promise. It's really not that bad. I actually am starting to fall in love with the feeling of being uncomfortable and like working on my craft, you know. So I never thought that I would be able to, but once you kind of get over that fear, like literally once you get over that little hurdle, the grass can be greener on the other side if you let it. So definitely be patient, be mindful, be yourself. Definitely be yourself. Be authentic as you can, and definitely get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Life is really short. Life is too short to not put yourself out there, because you never know what can happen. Yeah. Imagine I didn't do YouTube. Well, what the hell would I be doing right now? I don't know. But I enjoy making videos. I enjoy getting Starbucks and drinking it and chatting with you guys. So yeah. There's people throwing trash outside. My apartment's right next to the dumpster. So can you hear her rolling her trash? Yeah. Let me know what your goals are, or like what you're working towards. So right now, I'll tell you mine. I'm obviously working towards content creation. I've been very consistent with filming and uploading and editing my videos for every week. I might actually up how much I post, just because I feel like once a week is not enough. I don't know. Obviously I won't push it, but you know, I had to get over the fear of being seen and how other people judge me and all that stuff. And you know, once you kind of free yourself from that, just let her go first. She literally has a dolly. Anyway, I lost my train of thought. But definitely put yourself out there. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I did everything I'm doing now, and I can't wait to see what the future holds. I don't know what the future holds, but yeah, thanks for joining me. I drank like half this drink. My matcha drink is still better, so, but this is good. At least I'm not disappointed, so I'm very happy with that. So yeah, I know I rambled a lot, but I hope you guys got my point. I hope these tips help you. There is literally only 3.5 months left of 2023. Let's make it count. It's kind of cool to see how I feel like a lot of people now, they just really want to work on themselves. So let's do it together, because you know, there's always room for improvement, right? Yeah, have a good day.